Most women don't lose their happiness because life is hard. They lose it because they quietly stop believing themselves. There is a form of sadness that looks remarkably like being responsible of everything happening. The greatest theft isn't of money or time. It's when self-doubt quietly steals your sense of who you are. Perhaps the real reason so many women feel exhausted isn't because they do too much, but because they spend every day fighting themselves. There are women who laugh loudly in public, who show up for everyone, who keep their homes running, meet deadlines, comfort their families, and wear a smile that convinces the world they're doing just fine. But behind closed doors, they fight a battle no one can see, not with other people, with themselves. Self-doubt rarely announces itself. It doesn't arrive with a warning. It slips into your thoughts so quietly that, after a while, you mistake its voice for your own. It whispers, "You're behind everyone else. Don't embarrass yourself. Someone else could do it better." And before you realize it, those whispers begin shaping every decision you make. You stop seeing your strengths and become obsessed with your flaws. Every mistake feels enormous. You replay conversations long after they've ended, wondering if you said the wrong thing. You criticize your appearance every time you look in the mirror. No achievement ever feels like enough because the finish line keeps moving. And comparison quietly steals your peace. You scroll through social media, and suddenly everyone seems happier, more beautiful, more successful, a better wife, a better mother, a better daughter, a better woman. You begin measuring your entire life against someone else's best moments, forgetting that you're comparing your reality to someone else's highlight reel. Slowly, gratitude turns into inadequacy. Self-doubt also convinces you that your worth depends on how much you do for others. So you become the woman who says yes to everything. You solve everyone's problems. You carry everyone's emotional weight. You make sure everyone else is okay, while ignoring the fact that you're exhausted. You skip meals. You lose sleep. You cancel the things that bring you joy. You tell yourself you'll rest later, but later never comes. Somewhere along the way, you started believing that taking care of yourself was selfish. You placed yourself at the bottom of your own priority list. When someone compliments you, you immediately reject it. Because deep inside, you don't believe you deserve the praise. Self-doubt doesn't just steal confidence. It steals happiness. It makes joy feel uncomfortable. Instead of celebrating your wins, you're already worrying about your next mistake. It also steals your voice. You stay quiet during meetings because you're afraid your idea isn't smart enough. You don't ask for the promotion because you assume someone else deserves it more. You hesitate to start the business. You don't apply for the opportunity, not because you're incapable, but because you've already imagined yourself failing. Sometimes, self-doubt becomes so familiar that you begin sabotaging your own success. You procrastinate on the things that matter most. You quit just as you're making progress. You settle for less than you truly want because disappointment feels safer than trying. In relationships, it becomes even more painful. You overthink simple text messages. You wonder if people secretly regret choosing you. You apologize for things that aren't your fault. You accept less than you deserve because you're afraid asking for more will make people leave. Even genuine love becomes difficult to trust. Compliment feels suspicious. Kindness feels temporary. You keep waiting for people to discover that you're somehow not enough. Eventually, you begin pulling away. because you don't care, but because you've convinced yourself you're a burden. You stop answering calls. You cancel plans. You suffer in silence because asking for help feels like asking for too much. Loneliness becomes familiar. And yet, even when you're surrounded by people, you still feel invisible. So you wear a mask. You smile while you're breaking. You tell everyone you're fine. You become the strong woman everyone admires, while secretly wishing someone would ask how you're really doing. Perhaps the greatest thing self-doubt steals is your identity. You become so focused on meeting everyone else's expectations that you forget your own dreams. You can't remember what truly makes you happy. You stop asking yourself what you want. Instead, you spend your life trying to become the version of yourself you think everyone else will accept. The voice in your head is not always telling the truth. Imagine speaking to yourself the way you speak to your best friend. Would you constantly criticize her? Would you tell her she's not enough? Would you remind her of every mistake she's ever made? Or would you encourage her, forgive her, and remind her of everything she's overcome? You deserve that same compassion. You deserve rest without guilt, success without apology, love without having to earn it, dreams without asking for permission, and happiness without believing you have to be perfect first. And that journey starts with one simple decision: to treat yourself with the same kindness you've spent your whole life giving everyone else.